Is this thing on? I'm guessing so. Wait for this. Bright in the background. Right, can I get myself comfortable? And of course, I got this little Batman here. Well, large Batman. This is all good in the hood. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me. I am Robtastic. Real name to be identified. Now, as I'd like to celebrate Halloween this year, I thought I would like to do a live stream like that since I never did anything like that before. And so I thought I might like to come up with something. And so to start it off with, as I'm going to be doing a kind of spin-off to the show and tell series, which I may not use that title anymore, but it'll be given the amount of length into this effort. I thought I might like to make this massive project. Anyway, let's get started. Now, DC Comics in 1937 first published a series of Detective Comics, which is still going to this day with about 965 issues under its belt. However, in issue 27, that we have an introduction to one of the greatest DC icons of all time, and that medium, of course, being is the Batman, who the real name is Bruce Wayne. That first appeared on the issue 27 on the 1st of May 1939, and he became the face, or mask rather, to the comic book history. And then in April of 1940, we were introduced to his new sidekick, who goes by the name of Robin, aka Dick Grayson. And so with that being said, today I'm going to be showing you a whole collection of my Legend of Batman graphic novel so far. And the collection was republished and re-released by Eagle Moss, who I pay my premium subscription to at the start of the year of this year. And so sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. And even with this Batman, and of course it's going to be at the side of this project, as it's going to be all about this live stream stuff, as you know what I mean. As I'm going to be showing you an entire collection of the Legend of Batman graphic novel I ever had, and that does include the gifts and some special books, which I'll be getting into later on. And so to start off with this collection here, and this here is Batman's 0 Year Part 1, and look at this one. I'm guessing it's something that came out of the New 52 collection. 0 Year Part 1, which is Volume 1. 5 years after he disappeared, Bruce Wayne has returned to Gotham City, determined to wage a secret war on crime. The city is in the merciless grip of the Red Hood gang. Many of those members have been blackmailed into a life of crime by the mysterious Red Hood number 1. And before long, Bruce is forced out into the open and his return becomes public. In order to continue his fight, he decides that he must become something more, the Batman. Now, and this is chronological order number 1. And the contents in this is just basically Batman, issue 21 to 26. So I'm guessing that's 6 issues in this one. And that's what the insides of the book looks like in this printing. And this is what it basically looks like inside here. And it gives you an exact same cover like it does in the basic graphic novel collection. And it should give you a detail on what it is all about. And it's basically happens all the way through to the final graphic novel, but not for many years to come. Now, this one was published in 2013, and as it was being stock listed in many shops including One Stop, which is a shop I bought it from. And I think it only costs about $2.99. And the prices go up and up as each issue goes by. And that's what it looks like on the side. And there's one thing I love about collecting them, is not only making a massive collection, but also making a massive big picture on a spine. Oh, and also, not to mention that on the last page, and it says in part 2, 0 year part 2, which will be later, which will be something I'll be showing to you in just a moment. And so this is the leaflets here, which has the premium subscription that I subscribe to, and also those oversized books, one of which I'll be getting into later on. And now this here is the leaflet here. And now these are the gifts that could be shown inside here. And now these are the gifts here, which has a free graphic novel, sketches, and an embossed template, and a mug, and bookends, and a variant cover collection, plus the Bruce Wayne Murderer and some of the specials. And now this is something that came with the first one, basically showing you the same detail. And take a look at this. And here it is. Oh yes, that's what it is. Oh, and I saw in a live chat that Hazza said to me, "Hi Robin." Well, hello mate. Nice to have you on board. And do feel free to ask me any questions. And this is what it looks like inside. And this is it. You know who I am, don't you? Well, of course. You're one of my old friends, aren't you? Harry Taylor. Could recognize you by that name. And here what it looks like inside. And it should show you what this Dark Knight himself is all about. Leaflets that just shows you the exact same thing over and over, getting you all aware what's contained. And this here. Oh yeah, and I didn't apply to this. I'm not so sure how it goes. But 35 centimeters? Guessing it could be tall. And I think that's how one of the issues came. And this is what it looks like on the back. And it should tell you the website, www.legendofbatman.com. And it should let you find out on this. And now the next issue on it is only $6.99, as long as you subscribe to it by going on its website, putting in your details, all that basic sort of stuff. And so next here we have another issue called 0 Year Part 2. And that's another artwork. And this is volume 2. And that's what the spine looks like. When I built it up, and I was getting all excited. And now it says here, with the Red Hood gang's crime wave seemingly at the end, Batman has to face the dual threat of Dr. Death and the Riddler Aided by allies Jim Gordon and Lucius Fox, Batman faces a desperate battle to take back control of Gotham City's power supply and stop the catacombs from being flooded. But will the memories that haunt Bruce Wayne help or hinder his vital mission? Yeah, but who knows? Well, and of course, Harry Taylor. I don't have a PS4. I don't have one, as I only got a PS3 and a PS2 and a PSP. But that'll be another discussion. Anyway, with the contents of the Batman, it collects issue 27 and 29 to 33. Why not 28? Well, there's a hidden answer in it somewhere. And it's also chronological order number 2. Well, obviously. And that's what the cover looks like on the inside. Oh, yes. And it is in 2014, which was almost a year after I got into got my first fixture properly with my Now Music stuff, as you guys might already know. But for those who don't, it's worth a mention. And also part 3 that is interesting, that's in part 3, there'll be Golden Dawn. Yeah, that's another thing, that it's also a shuffle of trying to give you some surprise deliveries alongside an extras free issue. But with a free, but I'm doing it only in chronological order, not in delivery order, just to let you guys know. And so this here is called Prey from Batman, and this is chronological order 4, which is strange that I haven't got number 3 yet. There it is. This is getting exciting. Shows you a lot of details and a lot of lines through it, and it's so graphic. Volume 18, Prey. The Dark Knight is bringing justice to the streets of Gotham City, but his one-man war has its consequences. Psychologist Hugo Strange is on his case with a diagnosis of Batman as a power-mad, disturbed mind vigilante who must be tracked down and masked. The hunting of Batman begins as Strange turns the whole city against him and creates a sinister shadow of the Batman, the brutal Night Scourge. Meanwhile, the Gotham police set up a special task force to shut down the vigilante, headed up by James Gordon, the only ally Batman has. Oh, this is really hectic, really hardcore. And now this one contains Batman Legends of the Dark Knight issues 11 to 15. That makes it 5 issues contained in this story. And now it's chronological order number 4. And that's what the cover looks like inside as well. And now this one, I think, came out between 1990 to 1991, and also has a reissue. And now, and it's shuffled up in part 19 as the Graveyard Shift. I'll get into that later. And now there's something that matches this time of year, which is called Haunted Night. Looks like an old Batman sketchy style. Really colourful. I read it once and I actually like it. And it contains some sort of great story. And that's what it looks like on the back. Now it says here, Volume 15, Haunted Night. It's trick or treat time for the Dark Knight as a scarecrow brings him torment in the form of a maze of toxic thorns. The the treat arrives in the shape of the fascinating Gillian Maxwell, but which holds the most danger for the lonely bachelor? Madness as dispensed by a seriously deranged hatter also troubles the city and comes close to home when the young Barbara Gordon becomes a hostage at a twisted tea party. And the Dark Knight faces Poison Ivy, the Penguin, and the Joker in one nightmarish night? Or is it a timely intervention from beyond the grave by the long departed Thomas Wayne? Batman's dad, by the way. Bruce's dad, by the way, I think. And it says here, contents. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Halloween Special, Issue 1. Batman Madness, Legends of the Dark Knight Halloween Special. Batman Ghosts, and Legends of Dark Knight Halloween Special, Chronological Order, number 5. And now inside here, Haunted Night, which first came out between 1993 to 1995. And that's what it looks like inside here, the artwork. I don't think I've shown it the inside the stuff like that to you guys. And this is in part 16, private casebook. And then next we have here is Dark Victory Part 1. This is only the first half I got since I only just had my 10th delivery, so still waiting for Part 2 and the other story. And here's his spine. You can see his face on the side. And that's what it says on the back here. And this is volume 21. Dark Victory Part 1. The holiday killer is out of jail, saved by the money and machinations of the Falcon crime family under a verdict of insanity. And now the killings start again. A series of murders of Gotham police left behind the crime, and the crimes are hangman puzzles with clues that seem to point to Harvey Dent, now calling himself Two-Face. On the case is Commissioner Gordon, increasingly obstructed by new district attorney Janice Porter, a woman who seems to loathe the methods of Batman. And while the Dark Knight attempts to stop the cop killer, he seems to have increasingly lost his own human face, and as he isolates himself and those around him. And the contents is Dark Victory, issue 0 to 6, and this is chronological order number 6. And it's according to this here, and it says here, copyright 1999 to 2000. Must be going into the new millennium. Creepy penguin. And this is what it looks like inside. All these comics, graphic novels, show you all the authors. And this is Dark Victory, and this, it gives you something to look forward to that makes you want to carry on reading into part 2 in part 22, which I will be doing once I get my 11th delivery, probably this month or next month. Dark Victory Part 1, another great story that someone would like to be rememberable of. And now this one here. Oh, what is that? Disgusting teeth here. That's a disgusting compound. This here is Joker. That's it. That's the title of it. What can you expect? The Joker strikes, or the Joker returns. What can you say about this? Now on the back of this graphic novel, and it just resembles to Heath Ledger's version of the Joker from the Dark Knight movie. also starring Christian Bale. And Volume 10, Joker. The Joker is out of Arkham and officially declared sane, but the people of Gotham are not betting on it. His ex-cronies have moved in on his turf, and the Joker is on the mission to get back what's his. Into the mix is thrown small-time thug Johnny Frost, who strikes up a rare friendship with the most dangerous maniac in the world. Is Johnny doomed to end up the way all the Joker's stooges have? Harvey Dent believes so, as he tries to stop madness swallowing Gotham once again. And throughout the nightmare, a certain dark knight waits inevitably in his wings. Contents, Joker. That's it. That's the whole collection of this. Chronological order, number 28. Now for some decent imagery. I might even show. Now this is Joker. And now this is first published in 2008. In its 10th anniversary, it's the perfect timing. And this is what it looks like inside. Again, looks more like a Heath Ledger Joker. Oh yeah. And also Endgame in part 11, which I'll be getting into later. And now we have here is Detective, which has this great cover. Makes it look like an Infinite Crisis version of the character. The way that sketch stands out. Detective. Must be building up a picture here. All black and white, I must say. Even good effects. Now, this is volume 2, or 12. Detective. Batman is not just a superhero, he is also the greatest detective in the world. His crime fighting often brings him in contact with Gotham City's underworld, but these latest investigations will see him lock horns with high society. He will work alongside old adversaries, the Riddler and the Penguin, tackle dangerous new opponent, Barricade, and discover the terrifying consequences of Poison Ivy's latest killing spree. It contains Detective Comics issues 821 to 824 and 826. So that makes it about 5 issues, with again another gap in between issues. And its chronological order, number 31. Now, Detective here was done about 2006 to 2007. Took them time to reach up to about 965 issues, didn't they? That's what it looks like. All good bat signal. That lets the world know that he is wanted. Okay. And this is Night Terror in part 13, which is another shuffle. And next here we have Private Casebook. Look at all these characters featured on here. And I'll turn that one around. You can see a colourful picture here. Beautiful picture here. A lot of it. And this is volume 16, Private Casebook. Crime takes many forms in Gotham, but rarely wears the face of sanity. The Mad Hatter has assembled a Wonderland gang and is committing Lewis Carroll-inspired crimes. Will it be off with Batman's head? Scarface, the evil ventriloquist dummy, is back with a new partner, Peyton Riley, daughter of an Irish mob boss. Now the dummy is psychotic and jealous. Talia Al Ghul of the League of Assassins sends the Dark Knight an ancient suit of armor. It may be an enhancing his performance, but he will soon learn why it is known as the Suit of Sorrows. Contents: Detective Comics issues 841 to 845. KCIRT is Rotaret. Bit of a mouthful. From Infinite Halloween Special Issue 1, Chronological Order number 37. And there's one piece of artwork here. This is Satana, the female magician. Now this one, again, released in 2007 to 2008. And I feel like it isn't enough, but it also features this as well. Batman had a lot of adventures. This is R.I.P. I hope he won't be dead for that time. He's only just been doing some stories. And then next year is the exact same title, R.I.P. Which is, to be fair, to be building up a good spine of picture. And then turn this one around here. Looks really grim. Almost look like that face from Truth or Dare. With a Joker card. Now it says here, Volume 17, R.I.P. The noose is tightening around Batman's neck. Twisted psychiatrist Dr. Simon Hurt has emerged as the leader of the Black Glove, a secret society. The Black Glove, a secret society dedicated to destroying the Dark Knight. Incredibly, Hurt claims to be Bruce's father. Thomas Wayne, recently recovered from a heart attack. Bruce faces a remorseless organization who hold Jezebel Jet, the woman he loves, captive. When his enemies push him over the brink into madness, the little suspect he has a backup identity and faces his foes as the bizarre Batman Sir Enoch. And all the while, the Joker awaits to play his own deadly cards. Contains Batman issues 676 to 681. Chronological Order number 39. I'm sorry for stop talking, but I'm trying to control a little cat here. Go on. Go on. And I'll show you on the inside. That's what it looks like. The cover. Great picture effect. That's what the picture looks like. And I don't think I showed you the previous sketches, the previous comics, but it also shows you some of these sketches here behind the scenes. And the next one is Prey, which I've already shown to you guys in part 18. Could be problems. Apologies, because I have to control one of my cats. Just to let you know. And now this one here, which is a great cover. Batman Reborn. Batman and Robin. Father like son. And here's a spine. Building up something. And that's what it looks like on the back here. Volume 8, Batman Reborn. With Bruce Wayne delivered dead, Dick Grayson, the original Robin, has taken over the role of Batman. His sidekick is a 10-year-old psychopath, Bruce's real son. But the city needs its heroes more than ever, with crime taking a more macabre shape than usual. In the grotesque form of maker of human Dolotrons pig. Even more dangerous is the Red Hood, who, along with his psychic, Scarlet, is out to make the punishment fit the crime and bring savage justice to Gotham streets. His violent ways have attracted a terrible new threat to Gotham. Flamingo, the face-eating assassin, contains Batman and Robin issues 1 to 6, so that makes it 6 issues. Chronological order number 40. That's what it looks like inside here. This is published in 2009 until 2010. Another great artwork here. And then in part 9, Golden Dawn. I'll show it to you later. I don't think I'm not so sure if I did, but there's only one way to find out. And then in the next amazing issue, or reissue, more like Batman versus Robin. All this is going to be war between them. And here's a spine here. And here it is. And this is volume 20, Batman versus Robin. Batman and the original Robin, Dick Grayson, had an arrangement. If ever there was a trap that one couldn't get out of, the other would rescue him. Now that Dick has become the Dark Knight, he attempts to save his mentor from the ultimate trap, death itself. A lost slasher's pit lies hidden beneath Rendell Colliery in England. What will emerge from its depths? And if the new Batman survives this, will he win one war he never wanted to fight? The battle with Bruce's son, the new Robin, contains Batman and Robin, issues 7 to 12, chronological order number 41. Really interesting here. There it is. Inside here. Inside here as well. I think this one first came out in 2010. Yeah. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, guys. Back in a moment. I'm back again, guys. Now this one here, oh sorry, this is Golden Dawn. Here's the side. Actually, I don't need to have a read to the rest of you guys. This is what it looks like. Oh dear, this looks scary. First came out in 2011. The Dark Knight issues 1 to 5. Chronological order number 48. And this is the Quarter Vowels from the new 52 series. The Quarter Vowels. There it is. Chronological order number 53. Batman issues 1 to 7. Here's the spine. This is the Quarter Vowels. Which first came out in 2011 and 2012. Chronological order number 53. Collects Batman issue 1 to 7. And now this year it's continuation. City of Owls. Yes, Dad. For refreshments. Alright. Alright, I'll bring it to you in a second. This is the City of Owls. Here's the spine. And that's the back of it. Oh, they're after him. This is Contents Batman Annual issue 1 and Batman issue 8 to 12. Chronological order number 54. I'm guessing it came out in the same year, 2012. And this here is a cover. And I heard on the Quarter Bells that there is a comic, a mass collection. And this is something I showed to you earlier on in the video or this live stream. And this here is Faces of Death. Oh, lots of Jokers. Spine build. This is a lot of it here. And this is from Detective Comics issues 1 to 7. And other than the series, volume 4, Faces of Death, which is in chronological order number 55. Faces of Death. That's what it looks like inside. First came out in 2011 to 2012. Must have been a busy year for him. And now it says here, The Dark Knight Returns, which I'll be getting into later. And now there is Born to Kill, which came with my first delivery, 0 Year Part 2. And here's a spine. I'm building up to it. That's what it looks like. He's trying to get out of it. All right. This is Born to Kill. Batman and Robin, issues 1 to 8, chronological order number 57. And that's what it looks inside here. Very flashy. And now this came out again in the same year, 2011 to 2012. Faces of Death, as I showed to you just then. I'm one comic away. And when nearly coming to the end of the regular collection, this is Pearl, which I only had once as a separate graphic novel, but got rid of in favour of this one, since there's no need to have the same issue again. And now it's building up into a bigger spine, and that's what it looks like here. It's so graphic. And now this one here is volume 14, Pearl, and it contains Batman and Robin issues 0 and 9 to 14 in chronological order, number 58. There's the 4 Robins, 3 that used to be Nightwing, Red Hood, and Red Robin, and there's Robin down here. That first came out in 2012 to 2013. Must be jumping a year ahead. And next in part 15 is Haunted Night, which I showed to you earlier. Now this here is Night Terrors. This here is building up a spine here. Look at that. And it says volume 13, Night Terrors, contains the Batman Dark Knight, issues 1 to 8, chronological order, number 59. That's what it looks like inside here. And this first came out in 2011 to 2012 again. And it looks very good. And that's what the artwork looks like inside here. And the next one is Pearl, which I just recently showed you as well. Must be doing it in reverse. And next to it is the Graveyard Shift, which again is shown in one of the early graphic novels of my collection. It's very dark on it. This is Graveyard Shift, contains Batman issues 18 to 20 and issue 34, Batman Annual issue 2 and 27 from Detective Comics issue 27, chronological order number 67. A lot of thought been put into it. And I think there's a Robin on top of that boots here, which came out in 2013, 2014. Oh, we're going ahead of ourselves. And there it is. And there's Batman versus Robin, which I showed you earlier in part 20. And now we have here is Endgame. Oh, the Batman has the Joker toxin. Looks very scary. Again, looks like a face from Truth or Dare. There it is. There's a spine. That's what it looks like on the back here. Oh, psychopathic killer. And now volume 11, Endgame, contains Batman issues 35 to 40 and in chronological order number 75. We're getting near the end now. And here's what it looks like inside here. And there's Joker with the mask here, which makes it look like the Death in the Family or Death of a Family comic book and mask set, as I always seem to come across in Waterstones. And this one came out about 2014 to 2015. And we get a comic that says Detective. I showed you earlier on in the video. And now we go for this here. And of course, and this is my last one of this regular collection for the meantime, until I build it up via subscription via month. So this is chronological order number 79. the Batman Dark Knight Returns. Now, as I mentioned this in my Robin Show and Tell this time series finale called the Batman The Dark Knight Returns graphic novel, as I let you know that I have a comic book and mask set that I got that's gone with it. So that was really fun, something to associate it with. And there's the artwork. Oh, violent. That looks big. The Dark Knight Returns, building up a big, massive spine. And there's Carrie Kelly as Robin. And it collects The Dark Knight Returns, issues 1 to 4, in chronological order, number 79. Volume 5, The Dark Knight Returns. And now this one was done by Frank Miller. As I don't think I mentioned this. And here it is. There's the artwork. And now this graphic novel was done in 1986. A lot like a Dark Knight Strikes Back. I think it was. And then the next one, it says Court of Owls in part 6. And so yeah. And I'm assuming that after that would be Batman Year 100, which will be its last in its entire collection, which would end the subscription mark. And so with this Batman, I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. Yeah, you are. Gonna take a sip out of this here first before I continue with the rest of my collection. Anyway, and we're on to the specials now. This is the very first one, actually. This is Batman Eternal Part 1, which came in one of my deliveries as a surprise. I saw one at Tesco, and I didn't know if it was all part of the subscription or not. And there it is. I was getting big. Batman Eternal, issues 1 to 13. As you can tell by the spine, it's becoming thicker and thicker. Okay then. That's what the spine looks like, or what the cover inside looks like. Batman Eternal Part 1. This collection first came out in 2014, becoming more and more graphic as the series progresses. And then next in the collection will be Batman Eternal Part 2. Coming next. I'll be showing it to you now. And this is Batman Eternal Part 2. This is the second special. Here's the spine again, building up a big massive picture. Looks incredibly big, that grid does. And now it collects issues 14 to 26. That's a lot of them. A whole lot. Again, came out in 2014. And that's what it looks like. And this is what's coming up next, Batman Eternal Part 3. Or Part 3. Yes. And on the last one of the Batman Eternal of my collection at the moment is Part 3. Speaking of which. And it's also building up a large spine picture. Batman and Catwoman. Special 3, Batman Eternal Part 3, contains Batman Eternal issues 27 to 39, becoming a massive big collection. 2014 again. I'm surprised that they squeezed it all in 1 year. I mean, they really have been extremely busy. And that's what it looks like inside here. And then it says here, coming next is Batman Eternal Part 4, which I'm waiting for in about a couple of deliveries time, I think. That's the last in that range. And also, as mentioned and promised earlier, that we have this oversized book here. Is Bruce Wayne Murderer? I know, it looks incredibly huge, I know. And it contains a different spine altogether. Pardon me for the burp and hiccup. And there it is. Oversized. Beautiful picture on the back here. It does have a barcode, though the special ones don't. And it's volume 1, Bruce Wayne Murderer. And it contains Detective Comics issues 742 to 753 and Batman Turning Points issues 1 to 5. So that rounds up to and it says about 11 issues in one. 16 issues. That's a lot. No wonder why it looks so big. That's what it looks like inside. Looks damaged inside. Makes it extra special, eh? That's what it looks like. And now this one came out in 2000 and 2001. Batman and the Commissioner looking so happy. Guessing it's all Christmassy. And still awaiting for Bruce Wayne Murderer Part 2, which will be coming next. And so that's my last graphic novel in this collection, and it's different to the rest. Big hardcover, very tall than the others. And there are many stories alongside to this Batman collection, such as Batman Robin Eternal, Batman the Killing Joke, Batman Catwoman the Wedding Album, and With the Flash with the Button, and a lot of rebirth stories, and also a lot of them which are way too many to count, even in Rebirth and New 52, and post New 52 for that matter. So that ends with my entire collection of graphic novels. But it doesn't mean it's the end of the live stream, you know. And to start off with looking at the gifts now. And that's the evolution of the Bat logos. Well, the one also included the Superman one. Yeah, there is implied crossovers indeed. It goes from 1940 to 2016. I'm guessing this logo hasn't changed much since then. And there is this sketch here, my absolute favourite one. They're worth a friend, but I think it's best to keep them safe. And there's another graphic one, which makes it look like a sketch before the final printing. It's worth a keep. That's 2 out of 3. And we're on the last one here, which is another Batman one. Makes it look more realistic, I must say. And now there is this embossed embossed tin. Looks all three-dimensional. You know, it's a cover taken from a comic. And I'm guessing it's all like photocopying and getting it all 3D, getting it all 3D effects onto this. I mean, this is so fascinating, I must say. That's what it looks like on the back. Worth a keep. And now there is this Eagle Moss mug, the tin mug of the Batman. It's really a nice gift to cherish. Yeah. And now there's these bookends, which you can put on one end like this, and on another end like this. As you can hold each book like this in on the bookcase or on any other shelf. So metallic. I'd put them on bookcases if I was myself, though. Back plane up. And so we're on the very last gift, which is the Batman cover art. And I think it's the best to keep until last. And now it contains all of these here. Yes. Wow. Look at the back here. I'm guessing it has nothing on the inside. Batman, 1939 to 2017. It's his first appearance. All these here, 2018. This book is exclusive. Oh, look at this here. And there's these comic sleeves here. His first appearance. This is going to be long. That's his debut. And there's Superman. Colourful. There it is. Inside here. There it is. Something abrupted there. There's the Dark Knight as mentioned earlier. Guessing this is the second half. There it is. Death in the Family. Oh dear, that looks dreadful. Large collection. Very huge. Gotham by Gaslight. I got the movie of it on a tin case Blu-ray. And there is these collections. Oh my god! Look at this! Look at the state of that. Bane's debut on Nightfall. Very tragically. Do not know whose idea it is to bring up that character. And there's Batman War. Really building up to it. And there's one here. Which matches the cover. Look familiar? Really does. And now I get to find out the exact answer of where that embossed tin plate comes from. And now there's this here. And there's the Justice League. We're getting modern. More modern and modern in progressive days, in progressive years. And we're into Detective Comics. And Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison. Look at all these. Really worth a collector's item. This collection is something I highly recommend to anybody who is a big, massive fan of the Batman. Look at all this. Fancy that. Oh, yes. Part of the Collectibles, as I've shown you earlier. Look at all these. Yeah, no, I keep saying look at all these, but I'm just so excited. And there's Pearl. And also there's an advert for Arrow, a TV series. And The Dark Knight Rises at the time. I'm guessing it was done by issues rather than a graphic novel collection like you get in paperbacks themselves, or hardcovers for that matter. Oh, a lot of them. And there's Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis, Batman and Catwoman, Batman and Two-Face, and then there's Black and White. It's becoming more and more recognizable. And there's Batman Eternal, as I mentioned on those spines. Building an entire picture here. I'm guessing there might be 5, I think. I'm not entirely sure whether, depending on the issue collection. And there's Batman and Robin Eternal. I only got the second volume. And there's Endgame. Robin Rises. I love the artwork. Having Batgirl, Red Hood, and Red Robin doing it. That's one bit I like. And there it is. And there it is. And there's a lot of them. Becoming more modern. We're entering the DC Rebirth. And then Batman. And then there's another detective comic. And then there's Batwoman. And I heard that there's going to be a series of Batwoman from the CW series played by Ruby Rose. I'm looking forward to that as well. And there's All-Star Batman. And there's also, I'm also subscribed to All-Star Batman in the graphic novel collection. I may show it in this live stream, or I may even show it in the future. Getting all glowy. And then there's the button, as I mentioned earlier, and the Rebirth, and then Detective Comics, and it says murder. And that's it. And I think that's what the back looks like. Eagle Moss Collections. And it has a lot of best 100 early appearances to the 21st century. This is one entire massive collection I'll consider to cherish for. I'm not so sure if I walk out on this camera or not, but I'll show you this entire collection of my All-Star Batman. And it does mean getting up and meaning having to leave you guys in the dark. Sorry about that, guys. Hang on. Hang on a minute, guys. I bet Batman is keeping you guys company. Haven't I? Yeah. Alright then. Bang my head. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, as I know they're not part of the Legend of Batman graphic novels, but it's worth a show, since I'm not going to show it anywhere else to you guys. And now there's this here, Batman and Huntress Cry for Blood. Then there's Batman and Robin Eternal, Volume 2. Batman Year 1, again by Frank Miller. And there's Batman Arkham Asylum, which is the 25th anniversary collection I had last Christmas. And then the Batman Rebirth, I Am Gotham, Volume 1. One of my first Amazon deliveries last year. And then Batman Detective Comics, which I had for a bargain for £8 on eBay. Which is called Rise of the Batman, Volume 1, which collects issues 934 to 940. So I'm getting closer. And then there's a big one, The Joker, Death of the Family, which has contained a lot of stories inside here, which features Batman, Batman Detective Comics, Batman and Robin, Batgirl, Suicide Squad, Nightwing, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Teen Titans, and Catwoman. Must be a big, large story arc. Yep. And now there is this here, Long Shadows, which I got as another bargain, which is from Cash Converters at a cheaper price. Must be a lucky get. Alongside that Batman and Robin Eternal. And now there's this 3D picture of Batman, the Flash, the Button. Bought it from Waterstones at a high price as well. Oh, Reverse Flash, Thomas Wayne, Reverse Flash, Thomas Wayne. And it contains Batman Rebirth issues 21 to 22 and the Flash Rebirth issues 21 and 22. Looks really fascinating. I don't think you guys would see. Must be the first time I've shown it to YouTubers. There it is. And then there's Alan Moore's The Killing Joke. No, not my dad. He wouldn't publish something like that. Although if he would, that would be the different entire story altogether. And there's also a 2016 adaptation of it, a deluxe edition. Creepy smile. And the story was published around 1988, and it did have the first half hour of the movie with just entire Batgirl focus, and then in this final normal graphic novel range focusing on the Batman is the wedding album with Catwoman, which I only had in September, which is like a collector's item. And as it was sealed, it came with this. And it collects Batman Rebirth, issues 24 and 44. And then there's Batman issue 50. And there's nothing on the back. Something to keep. And now, as promised, is my All-Star Batman collection, which I subscribe to alongside my Legend of Batman graphic novel collection. There's this here, issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 5, issue 6, issue 7, and then we're entering the metal ones. Unique picture here. And that's, oh yeah, that's issue 8. Just to count it in. And then there's another metal, Dark Knight's metal, which is a story arc I keep hearing about over the internet, like Facebook, YouTube, and all those bookshops, and also looking at them on Amazon and eBay. Was it a thing? And that's a lot of them. Oh yes. They're the highlight of this year, or last year, I think. Oh yeah, this is issue 11. You know, this whole Batman business, and it may have a large impact that it had multiple TV shows, video games, graphic novel series, and even lots of spoofs of fan art, fan base, fan fiction, and all that sort of stuff. And it even has lots of merchandises like graphic novels, DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS tapes, and there's audio cassettes and even on movies, video games, and there's also duvet covers, and also that I have a lot of Batman stuff, and that makes me refuse to leave the house without having one Batman graphic novel in one hand, as I have a Now album in the other hand, and sometimes even the Batman soundtrack done by, I think about Danny Elfman or Prince, from the 1989 movie called Batman by Tim Burton. I enjoy that sort of stuff. I'm gonna take one last drink. And I'm gonna shove these up before I close out this live stream. And anyway, and as I've enjoyed that stuff so much, as I would like to say a big massive thanks to you guys for watching this incredible long video. If you're watching it in the future now, in this big live stream, well, unless you guys probably doze off at this point, yeah, or even clicked it off. So yeah, as I'm just trying to try out different functions on the internet as of late, whether it is from old specifications or from experience, but hey, it's all about finding a place in the world. So yeah, and so there may be some more projects like so in the future, and so a weird show and tell series. I couldn't use that name anymore, because to me, who would say something like this on YouTube? Who knows? And so in rehearsal, that I've been writing out the script, and even bringing all together this graphic novel collection and all that sort of stuff, and also been doing the props behind me. Those two hanging bats, these are really awesome. And so with that note, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this massive entire graphic novel collection. As I would like to say, a big, massive thanks to you guys who have been watching this over the past hour and 15 minutes. And so please hit that subscribe and like button down below. And if you guys do a live chat, then don't do so. And so, as I might do stuff more live streams like that in the future, and even with DC just keeping the bats alive for many generations to come since the 30s and just trying to continue his legacy, and especially after the Batman creator Bob Kane's death, and as he wanted those guys to continue growing over his legacy. Thank you for watching this, and I shall see you guys later. And so, as always, this is me. I'm Robtastic. I think identification is now revealed. This is me, Robin Moore from I Am Robtastic, signing off. And I hope you have a good Halloween, and I shall see you all later. Bye.